What I want to do is I'll explain to everybody here. I'm going to be talking about the Forex market. I'm actually going to be showing you my quick start Forex program here today. Everything I show you here today is going to help you get up to speed very quickly in the Forex market. It's also going to be very affordable here today. Everything I'm going to show you today is going to be included as part of a trial. It's going to cost you about the cost of what a pack of gum costs here today, so I want you to keep that in mind as we're going through here. So as Renee mentioned, my name is William Gallagher. I am with Market Traders Institute. And like I said, I'm going to show you how you can actually start generating profits right now in the Forex market. I'm going to demonstrate our charting program. I'm going to teach you some trading strategies. Before we begin, what I want to do is I need to read a quick disclaimer here because we are going to be going into the market here in just a second. I am going to teach you a trading strategy or two, show you a trade I'm looking at, but ultimately when it does come time for you to place a trade, that decision to make that trade is yours and yours alone, because we do expect you to become a knowledgeable and educated trader. We expect you to go through the full education and begin trading as an educated and knowledgeable trader. But everything I show you here today, do not take this as investment advice. But when you ultimately decide to trade live, that decision to make that trade is yours and yours alone. A little bit about me. I've been trading in the market since about 1998, mostly in stocks and options up until about a little over 3 years ago. I was then introduced to Market Traders Institute. I had known about the Forex market, but I didn't really know a lot about it. I didn't really understand it. I went through a webinar just like you are here today. I then went actually through Market Traders full education. Earlier today you may have been through a webinar in which one of my colleagues, Joe Cavallaro, he explained to our Ultimate Traders package the full education. I've actually gone through that. So everything I've learned about the Forex market, I actually have learned from Market Traders Institute. And then they started asking me to do these presentations to help get new people up to speed in the Forex market. So I'm going to be your teacher here today, just like I was taught how to trade the Forex market as well. Those of you that may not be familiar with MTI, Market Traders Institute. We are located in Orlando, Florida. This building you see on your screen right here, this is actually our building. I'm actually broadcasting live out of this building here today. The neat thing about this is that this is a 70,000 square foot trading and training facility. We have students that come to our building on a daily basis. They get trained live in person. We'd love for you, if you choose to go through our full education, I'd love to meet you actually in person as you go through the education. We have live instructors that will teach you fully how to trade the Forex market. One of the neat things about Market Traders Institute is we are getting a little bit of press. Florida Trend Magazine nominated us as one of Florida's best companies to work for. Trader Planet nominated us for Star Award for Best Trading Education. Some of you might recognize this logo right here, Inc. Magazine. Actually, Inc. Magazine, we were featured in 2015 on their Inc. 5000's 2015 fastest private going companies. We were ranked 1,180 in 2015, and in 2016 we got this nice little letter you see on your screen. We actually moved up in 2016 to 592. Market Traders Institute, we've been around for almost 23 years. The only reason we're continuing to be around and be on lists like this is if we help to get our students get results in this market. So you see in the letter here we show the same pedigree as Intuit, Zappos, Under Armour, Microsoft. So very proud of this, and we're looking to advance further in the upcoming years here. So what I want to do is, before we jump in, we're about to get started here. What I want to do is I want to have everybody in the room right now take a look at your screen. Give me an idea of what your knowledge is in the Forex market. I want to try to tailor this webinar. I have a lot of people that don't know what the Forex market is. I'm going to teach you some basics here. But if you do know what the Forex market is, kind of give me an idea here. So if you're brand new to the Forex market, if you have no experience whatsoever, go ahead and type the number 1 into the chat box. That's going to let me know you're brand new. Number 2, that's to let me know you have a little bit of an experience. Maybe you've been to a workshop or two. Maybe you've done some research on it. Maybe even trading in a practice or demo account. Go ahead and type the number 2 in. Number 3 is for my experienced Forex traders. Those of you that have experience in the Forex market actually trading in this here. Yeah, so pretty much what I expected here. We have a little under 200 people, and I got a bunch of people. I got a 0 here. I got a bunch of 1s and a couple 2s here as well. So here's what we're going to do. Since it looks like most of you are brand new, before we actually pull up our charts, I promise you we'll get to that here in just a second. Here's what today's agenda is going to be. I'm going to start off by taking a minute or two, get you up to speed in the Forex market. Like I said, this is kind of what I call my Forex quick start kit here. I'm going to teach you the basics about the Forex market. Then we'll go into the charts. I'm actually going to teach you some basic analysis utilizing our charting software. And I'm also going to take that one step further. I'm going to demonstrate some of the automated features that are built into the charting platform. I'll actually show you one of that current trade opportunity that I'm looking at right now. I'll explain to you why I'm looking at it using this analysis. Then we'll go in, I'm going to teach you what's called the London Daybreak trading strategy. It'll be a very simple trading strategy that you don't have to know anything about the Forex market really to get started. I'll teach you that here today. By the end of the webinar, I'll show you how to set up a demo trading account where you can actually practice doing this live utilizing a demo account, trading with practice money here. But also I'm going to show you here how to utilize our charting software trial. Get the charting software I'm showing you here today, and you're going to get some free bonuses here. I'm going to teach you basically a Cliff Notes version of the London Daybreak trading strategy, how I use it. You actually learn the London Daybreak trading strategy in a video as part of this trial from the creator of it. I'll get to that here in just a second here. So let's jump in and let's get up to speed very quickly here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you right now what is the Forex market, what you're doing when you're trading Forex currencies. I'm going to explain to you what a PIP is. It's an acronym. I'm going to explain to you what it is and why you want them. And more importantly, I'm going to show you where to get started right now. Like I told you at the beginning of the webinar, I'm going to show you how to start generating results in the Forex market and profits right now. In fact, the trading strategy, that London Daybreak trading strategy, of the 12 trades you place using the trading strategy I showed you, I'm going to show you here today, you would have won all 12. I'll actually show you that here in just a second. So just to get everybody up to speed here, let me quickly explain to you what the Forex market is. It is the largest financial market. There's over $5 trillion that is daily traded in this market. So imagine just getting a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of that. It's also a very liquid market. What that means is that you can get in and out of this market very easily, very quickly. It's also a market of limitless financial opportunity here. The only neat thing about this market is it's a very flexible market. There are 3 major trading sessions that go on daily in this market. You have the Asian session, you have the London trading session, and you have the New York trading session. This is important regarding the London Daybreak trading strategy I'm about to show you because these trading sessions, they overlap. So what that means is that you can actually trade this market 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, from Sunday at 5 o'clock a.m. or 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time through Friday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time throughout the week here. So lots of opportunity. I'm going to get to that in just a second here, explain to you why that ties into this trading strategy I'm about to show you. And the neat thing about the Forex market is unlike the stock market. We have thousands and thousands of stocks you can watch and trade. In the Forex market, there's really only about 60 different currency pairs to trade. So the neat thing about this is that because MTI, we have almost 23 years of experience, we're going to show you which currency pairs to pay the most attention to. More importantly, we're going to teach you the trading strategies of how to trade them. In fact, when I pull up my charts here, you're going to see that I trade usually about 18 different currency pairs. The neat thing about this, what I'm going to show you here today, the London Daybreak trading strategy, I'm going to show you which 6 to pay the most attention to and how to actually trade them. So before I pull my charts, I'm going to pull my chart here in just a second. Let me quickly explain to you what you're going to be looking at. When I pull my chart, you're going to see a chart like this. Now, what you're looking at here is you have in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, this is the Great British Pound US dollar currency pair. So in essence, what we're doing on this chart is we are trading the Great British Pound versus the US dollar in an attempt to figure out which one's going to gain in value against the other. So what you're looking at here is as the market's going up, the pound is gaining in value over the dollar. When the market's going down, the US dollar is gaining in value over the pound. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with what you're looking at here, these little rectangles, these are called Japanese candlesticks. So what you're looking at is what's called a candlestick chart. We teach our traders how to trade these. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail explaining to you what these candlesticks mean. All you really need to know is that the white candlesticks, they mean that the market went up during your specific time frame set on your chart, and the dark blue ones mean that the market went down during that time period. The white ones are often referred to as a bullish candlestick. The dark blue ones are referred to as a bearish candlestick. Now, back up to the top of your screen up here in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see that this is a 1 hour chart. That's a time frame hour chart. So what that means is that these white candlesticks mean that during that 1 hour, the market went up and closed up. The dark blue ones mean that during that hour, the market went down and closed down. And you can utilize whatever time frame you prefer. The London Daybreak trading strategy is going to be utilizing a 1 hour time frame. I'll reiterate that when we get back into this here. Another thing about these candlesticks is that they form what are called candlestick formations. As an educated trader, we look at these candlestick formations kind of like the sign language of the market. They're going to help us tell the story. Bottom left-hand corner of my screen, this one that's circled right here, this is what is referred to as a Morningstar candlestick formation. This is telling the trader to look for the market to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement. This candlestick formation at the top here is called an Evening Star candlestick formation. Once again, telling the trader to look for this market to U-turn and go downward in a bearish movement. It's referred to as a bearish candlestick formation. Now, if you go through our full education, we'll teach you about these candlestick formations. The neat thing about this, though, is our charting platform. I'm going to show you here how you can actually have the charting platform highlight these here so you'll know to look for these U-turns and look for the sign language of the market built in. I'll get to that here in just a second. Two more quick things we need to know before we jump in. First of all, number one, you need to know what a PIP is. Now, PIP is an acronym. It stands for Price Interest Point. So let me break this down the simplest way I can right now. I'm sure most of you, not all of you in the room right now, you're probably already aware that there are 100 pennies in a US dollar. So effectively, a penny, it represents 1/100th of a US dollar. Now, if we were looking for a unit of measure that's smaller than a penny, it would be the equivalent to what is called a pip. Now, just as there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, there are 100 pips in a penny. So a pip, it represents 1/100th of a penny. If you look at this number right here, the first two decimal points past the decimal point here, these are your pennies. The next two here, these are going to be your pips. So kind of give you an idea of what a pip is and what we're looking to do with them. Now, to give you an idea of what those pips are worth, in the Forex market, we utilize leverage. This leverage is provided by your broker. This is going to allow you to place your trade and generate a leveraged return on your pip. So there's three major lot sizes that we trade in the Forex market. The first one is called a micro lot. A micro lot is about a $20 investment from your trading account. Each pip that you capture in a micro lot is going to be worth about 10 cents here. Now, the trading strategy I'm about to show you here, the London Daybreak trading strategy, we're going to be going after a minimum of 50 pips per currency pair per day. So if you capture those 50 pips, you generate a $5 profit with a micro lot account. The next step up is what's called a mini lot account. A mini lot is about a $200 investment from your trading account. Each pip now is going to be worth about $1. So those same 50 pips now, when you capture them, it's going to be worth a $50 profit. Now, next step up is what's called a standard lot. Standard lot is about a $2,000 investment from your trading account. Each pip is now worth $10. So you can see how this starts to go up now. Those 50 pips are now going to be worth $500. Now, a standard lot is the standard by which most traders strive to achieve in this market. But I'm sure most of you, or some of you here in the room today, you might be saying, well, I might not be able to invest $2,000 per trade. Don't worry. Here's what we were going to do today. I'm going to show you how to set up a demo practice account where you don't have to invest anything. You can actually use play money, trading live in the market, until you get up to speed. Now you can actually invest into your trading account with a micro lot account. Build your confidence level up, build your account level up to the point where you're trading with a mini lot account. Once again, you build up your confidence, build up your trading account, then we get you to the point where you're trading a standard lot. So we kind of refer to a micro lot as crawling, mini lot is walking, and then we get to standard lots, you're now running here. So before we jump in, start teaching you some trading strategies. I want to explain to everybody here that not only does MTI have some of the best trading strategies, we also have some of the best Forex instructors and analysts in the market. One of them, his name is Joshua Martinez. The reason I want to talk about Josh is because he is the creator of the London Daybreak trading strategy I'm about to teach you. So to give you a little bit about his background, he is one of MTI's product experts here. He has trained thousands of Forex investors. He actually turned an initial deposit investment of $500 when he started out and ended up generating over $39,000 in profit from it. He's made thousands of Forex investments. He's a published author, international speaker, and like I said, he is the creator of the trading strategy I'm about to show you. Now, I give you an idea of his the type of results he's getting. What you see right here, this is from his MyFX book. This is his trading so far for this year so far, since February. He's up about 32% in his trading account, but more importantly, he has captured almost 37,000 pips trading in the Forex market. So to give you an idea of the type of results he's getting here in the Forex market, he's going to be the one that's actually going to take you by the hand. I'm going to give you kind of a Cliff Notes version, kind of how this London Daybreak trading strategy works. as part of the trial I'm about to give you here today, you will get a video from Josh. He'll go in a little more detail teaching you his strategy here, fine-tuning a little bit more and giving you a little bit more of this here. So let's go ahead and start jumping in right now. I'm going to pull my charts. And what I want to do is I want to start off right now is I want to show you how a Forex trader does some basic analysis using the charting platform here. So what I've pulled up right here in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, you can see that this is the Great British Pound Canadian dollar currency pair. And this is on a 1 hour time frame. So typically, if you were looking at this like a typical investor or a trader, you'd be looking at this market, and what we're going to be looking to do, utilizing the software, is we're going to be looking to answer 3 questions here. Very quickly, before we jump in, we're going to need to answer number 1. We need to develop an educated opinion as to which direction the market's going. Where is the market going? Is it going up, or is it going down? Number 2, we determine where and why we're going to get into the trade. And then number 3, we need to answer where and why to get out. We're not simply just going to jump in. We're going to come with an educated opinion as to which direction we believe the market's going. Educated opinion as to where and why we're going to get in, and also, like I said, an educated opinion as to where and why we're going to get out. Now, if you go through our full education, we teach you in detail about this, but I just want to show you some of the neat features that are built into our charting platform here and how we can use them. First of all, to answer question number 1, where is the market going? We can utilize what are called trend lines. I've already come in here, I've drawn some trend lines just like this. Now, very simply explain to you what these trend lines do is if we are above this trend line, we are in what's called the buy zone. What we're going to be looking to do is to take buying positions as the market's going up. As the market goes below this trend line, we're then in the sell zone. Oops. So we'll be looking to sell the market as long as we are below the trend line. And as you can see what has happened here most recently, the market then went back above our trend line. So that means based on where the current market is, I'll pull this over here. And here's where the current market is. We are above our trend line in the buy zone, so we would be looking for a buying opportunity. So very simply here, there's a little bit more detail to this, but just want to kind of give you an overview and explain to you how to answer question number 1. Where's the market going? We're in the buy zone. We're looking to take buying opportunities. Now the thing is that we simply just can't jump into the market where the market currently is right now. So what we need to do is we need to determine and answer questions number 2 and 3, where and why to get in and where and why to get out. What we're going to do is I'm going to pull this back a little bit. Let's pull this down here. And very simply, let me quickly explain to you what we're looking for in this market. We're looking for this market to move in waves. When the market's going up, we're looking for it to wave up in what's called an A, B, C, D pattern. And then D. And then when the market's going down, we're looking for that same pattern going down. A, B, C, D, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in. Now I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this because I'm going to show you here with the London Daybreak trading strategy how we can answer each one of these questions very quickly. I just want to show you how we can use some analysis here as a trader here, as an educated trader, those of you that would like to become a fully educated trader on trading this market. So we see these wave movements here. Once we determine this A to B boundary, I'm going to come in here in just a second and kind of give you an overview of how we determine it. We can come in here and use what's called our Fibonacci tool. This Fibonacci tool is going to help us take advantage of these wave movements. I come in here with our Fibonacci tool and I spread it from the A to the B just like that. Now, to very simply explain to you what this Fibonacci tool is going to do, it's going to help us to predict where the market's going based on where it's been. Because what we have found is that in between this A and B boundary, there is a high probability of what we call a pullback or a retracement. So these colored lines you see in between the A and B boundary, these are called retracement lines. Now, we have red, blue, and green retracement lines. So what we're looking for is the market to pull back and give us the C point. Now, I'm going to show you here in just a second how we can help predict this C point. Now, if we were to buy into the market, let's say the market pulls back and forms a C point at a red retracement level. We buy into the market after that U-turn. What this is going to do, what we've done is we made this very simple to understand, is we color coordinate these retracement lines to the lines above the B level. Oops, move that back. These lines above the B level are called extension lines. So what we're looking for is in between the A and B boundary for the market to pull back or retrace and then U-turn and then extend up. Based on where the C point is, where it's going to help us predict where the D point is and where to get out of this trade. So if the market pulls back, U-turns, we buy into the market after that U-turn, red to red. We look to get out of that market at the red extension. If the market pulls back and forms the C point at the blue retracement line, we'd be looking for our D point and getting out of that market at the blue extension. And if the market pulls back to the green retracement line and we buy into the market after that U-turn, we'd be looking to get out at the green extension. So like a buddy system here. So the thing that's neat about this here is that we color coordinate this. So you don't have to know what these numbers mean. We'll teach you and show you what the numbers mean. But all you need to know is be able to identify red to red, blue to blue, and green to green. The same thing happens when the market's going down. We can spread the Fibonacci tool from the A to the B, and we look for that A, B, C, D pattern. So this is going to help us answer questions number 2 and 3. Where and why to get in, and where and why to get out, based on where the market U-turns and where it forms our D point here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, and we simply can't jump right into the market right here. What we need to do is we need to start at the beginning of this new uptrend here. So I'm going to pull this back right here. I'm going to zoom in, and I'll show you how to do this manually, and I'm going to show you here very quickly how to do this utilizing our automated features here. So this point right here is our A low point. Now the reason for this is this low point right there, that candlestick wick right here is the lowest point because it has 2 candles to the left, 2 to the right, which are higher. We refer to this as a proper low. Now the market rallies up to this point right here. And this is our B point. Actually, this is our B point right here. Let me zoom in here. There's our B point right there, because this is what's called a proper high. So let me back this up. There we go. Just like this. So there's our A, and right here is our B. Now the reason this is a proper high, it has 2 candles left to the right, which are lower. So that's our B point. When we identify the A to B boundary, we can come in here and spread that Fibonacci tool from the A to the B just like that. Now what has happened here is the market, it went A, B, came down here, didn't quite hit our top red retracement level. So that's one of the things when you go through a full education will teach you is what there's a probability of happening here is that the market will rally up, probably come up here right around this blue level, and then pull back. So what ended up happening is the market rallied up, came right up right around that blue level, and then pull back, and then right here. You can see that green candle right there. Some of you might be wondering, well, William said there were white and blue candles. Why are these color coordinated? Well, this is a candlestick formation right here. So what the charting platform, you can come in here, and we can tell it to turn on these candlestick formations. So this is the sign language of the market I told you about, looking for that U-turn in the market. So this would be our opportunity to buy into the market right there. Now, we can either buy into the market at the close of this candlestick, or if we were to come in here and draw what's called a counter trend line. We can teach you and show you how to do this. This counter trend line will look for the market to break above it. So probably if I were looking for an opportunity to buy into the market, it would probably be once the market broke above the trend line. We have our U-turn. This would be our C point. There would be our C point right there. And then the market pullback didn't quite hit our blue level, so we'd be looking to get out of the market right here at that red retracement level, or the red extension level right here. So I'm going very basic. It's kind of like Cliff Notes version of how this works. We go into much greater detail about this. I'm going to show you some automated features. So what ended up happening is we had our A, B, C, and then D right here. The market came up right there, hit our red extension. And if we were to buy into the market after the market broke above that trend line, that counter trend line, and we got out, that would have been about 104 pips on that trade. Now what ends up happening is that the market goes A, B, C. This now becomes our new A to B boundary. And what we would do is we'd simply come through here and do the same thing over again. A, B, C, D, just like that. So we go A, B, C, D, and we do the whole thing up. Now, for time's sake, we're going to delete all this. And I'm going to show you how to do all this automated. All we have to do is come here to the beginning of this new uptrend, we can use what's called our auto Fibonacci tool, or smart Fibonacci tool. We would come right there, click on that, and it's going to do the exact same thing the whole way up to the live market, just like this. So very simply, if we were to simply pull up this chart, see that we are, bring us to the live market, see that we are above our trend line. Bring this up just a little bit. We're above our trend line. Oh, wow, the market's still over here. There we go. So we're above our trend line in the buy zone. We would then be looking to get in and get out. Now, very simply here, you can see what I've done is the market went, here's our current AB, and it's actually given us a couple different C points here. This is our lowest point right here, so this is our main C. And if we zoom in, let me zoom in on this. The market pulled back right below our red retracement level, gave us this candlestick formation. So here's an opportunity to buy in right here. If we were looking for a safer choice, you see the market eventually broke above our trend line right here. So this could have been another opportunity right there. And we'd be looking here to pull back, and there'd be another opportunity right there. Now, this right here, this counter trend line, something I want to show you. For those of you who wonder, well, how do we know if we're drawing our trend lines correctly? We also have an automated trend line tool. You can simply come in here at the beginning of that, and it would draw it automatically. Here, we can extend this, just like this, and we'd be looking for buying opportunities above this trend line. Now, the neat thing about this is that as part of our charting platform, you don't have to wait for the market to cross above this trend line. It's in front of your charts waiting for it to cross above. If we wanted to, built right into our charting platform, we can add an alert right here. We set up a new alert. Well, this will send you an email or a text message when the market breaks above that trend line. So we wouldn't have to sit here waiting for the market to break above. It'll send us a text or an email letting us know that we are above that. Another neat feature about our charting platform, let's just say that we want to go ahead and place a trade right here. Obviously, we'd want to wait. If I was looking for an opportunity to buy in this market, I would wait for another counter trend line break. I'd wait for the market to break above. If I were looking right here, based on the pullback, we had a red retracement pullback. I'd be looking for the market to come up here to my red extension. So let's just say the market does eventually break above this trend line, this counter trend line. I'd be looking at about 108.6 pips of movement when it does in fact goes up and fills that D at the red extension. But if I want to simply just place a trade right here at the market, I can simply right-click on my chart and buy. And the neat thing about this is that you can actually hook our charting platform up to your broker's platform, and if we want to, we can go ahead and place a trade right here. We set our stops and our limits right from the charting platform, just like that. There's some neat things about that here. Now, we do have some systems. We have some systems that are built in here. When we send you out the videos, you'll get the information about these custom indicators that are included as part of the charting platform. Now, the reason I want to show you this is because not only are you going to get a video on the London Daybreak trading strategy I'm about to teach you, you're going to get this charting platform to take a test drive here today. So you'll get to use some of these features I'm showing you here. There's a lot of stuff I can't really have the time to show you here, but we do have some built-in features here like a head and shoulders tool, a king's crown tool. Somebody's just asking what these rectangles here are at the top of my screen. And the neat thing about our charting platform, these are called workspaces. You can save these workspaces to your computer, or you can actually save them to the cloud. Save them here to the cloud. So the neat thing about this is that if, let's say for instance here I'm in my office right now, let's say I want to pull these charts up on another computer, I can pull my charting platform up and then access them right from the cloud. And you're going to get a couple of workspaces from Josh here today, helping you get started very quickly in here. So as you can see here, I have 18 different currency pairs set up in different workspaces, and that's how I actually do my trading. I do my analysis on a daily basis here. But the neat thing about this is that as part of our charting platform, when you become a Student Market Traders Institute, you can actually open up some of our analyst workspaces. We'll send you out some of the workspaces so you can actually import them right into your charting platform here. So that's the neat thing about this charting platform. You'll get to take this for a test drive here today. You can actually set up these workspaces. We have these automated features that are built in, these automatic candlestick formations. I don't have a lot of time to go into a lot of detail, but you're going to get some training videos teaching you and showing you how to do a lot of this here today. So let's go ahead. This is the manual way. I showed you here this trading strategy here, kind of a Cliff Notes version showing you here where to get into the market, where's the market going, where and why to get in, and where and why to get out, using some basic analysis. What I want to do now, though, is I want to come in and show you something that's even simpler. I want to show you a trading strategy that you can literally, without having to know about Fibonacci's, how to do trend lines and counter trend lines, how to actually get started here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to right now the London Daybreak trading strategy. It's going to help us answer those 3 questions very quickly with a very simple trading strategy, very simple and easy to use. Now, the London Daybreak trading strategy, it's going to utilize these 6 currency pairs that I'm showing you right here. It's going to use that Great British Pound Canadian dollar currency pair that I just showed you. It's going to utilize the pound US dollar, the pound Japanese yen, the pound Swiss franc, the pound New Zealand dollar, the Kiwi, the pound Australian dollar, the Aussie. So if you want to take some notes down, if not, the video you're going to get from Josh, he's going to go into a little more detail about this. But we'll pull up our charts and you'll be able to take notes on this. Now, as I mentioned before, I kind of alluded to this. With each of these 6 currency pairs, we're going to be looking to go after 50 pips minimum per currency pair per day using the trading strategy I'm about to teach you here. So what I want to do is let's go back into our charts and let's start talking about the London Daybreak trading strategy. So I showed you some basic analysis. Let me come in here and let me show you a very easy trading strategy here. So right now you should see on your chart, your screen right now, you should see the 6 charts that are part of the London Daybreak trading strategy. Upper left-hand corner, the pound Australian dollar. In the middle here, you have the pound New Zealand dollar. You have the pound Swiss franc, the pound US dollar down here in the bottom left-hand corner, the pound Japanese yen, and the pound Canadian dollar. These are the 6 currency pairs. They're all on a 1-hour time frame. I do believe, as part of this trial, I do believe you're going to get the workspace for this. So it's very easy to set these up. When you get into your charts, all you have to do is simply come in here, open up new charts, select these 6 currency pairs on a 1-hour time frame. So if I want to set these up in my charting platform, simply come in here and highlight all 6 of them. You click on your 1-hour time frame and then hit open. It'll open them all up for you. If you don't, I do believe you do get the workspace though from Josh. I think he'll show you how to actually import this here. So as I mentioned this before, I'll come back in here after I show you the trading strategy. But for this week alone, for each of the 12 trades using the trading strategy I'm going to show you, you would have been profitable here. You would have won all 12 trades. You would have been up about 1,200 pips potentially if you utilize the trading strategy I'm about to show you. And if you were to actually move your stop loss and lock additional pips up as you're going here. But what we'll do is we'll come back in here, I'll show you all 12 of these trades, show you how you would have been successful with the trading strategy. But I'm going to demonstrate this for you actually on the pound Canadian dollar currency pair here. So I'm going to pull the pound Canadian dollar up and I'm going to pull this down. Let's pull this down here. And let me show you what we're looking for here. If you're taking notes, it's a good time to really start taking some notes. If not, you'll be getting a video from Josh where he's going to do it a little bit differently here, his version of this, and he'll fine-tune it for you as well. So let's get started. Let me quickly explain to you what we're going to be looking for as part of this London Daybreak trading strategy. Now, what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for the market to form its initial high or low. It's high or low for the morning. Oops. We're going to be looking for this to take place between 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. So what we're going to be looking for is the market to either pull back and form its low and then give us directional movement going up, or we'll look for it to form its high for the day and then give us directional movement and go down. Now the reason for this is in between 2 o'clock a.m. and 5 o'clock a.m., as I mentioned before, you have the 3 major trading sessions. During this time period, you have the close of the Asian session and you have the opening of the London session. So what's happening is you have the market overlapping, and it's going to help us provide this directional movement here. So we'll look for the initial high or low between 2 o'clock a.m. and 5 o'clock a.m. Now we're going to be looking for, pull this down just a little bit here, later on in the day we'll be looking for the opposite high or low for the day. Oops. And we'll be looking for this to happen between 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So what we'll be looking for is the market to either form its low for the day, give us directional movement, form its opposite high between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., or form its high of the day, and then form its opposite low between 8 and 2. Now the reason for this, because you have the close of the U.S. session, you have the close of the London session, you have the opening of the U.S. session here. So what we're looking for is this directional movement here. Now this directional movement, what we have found is that each one of these currency pairs, they have what's called an average daily trading range. This average daily trading range is anywhere from a minimum of 50 pips on the low end to over 200 pips on the high end. So the goal of the trading strategy I'm going to show you here is we're simply looking to get on first base, looking to get a minimum of 50 pips per currency pair per day. In the video you're going to get from Josh, he'll go into a little more detail, explain to you how to go after more than those 50 pips here. But our goal is to get a minimum of 50 pips. Now, going back to what I told you before, if you were trading with a micro lot account, those 50 pips at 10 cents per pip, that would be about $5 in profit. If you're trading with a mini lot account at $1 per pip, you'll be looking to generate $50 per currency pair per day, and with a standard lot account, you'd be looking to go after $500 per currency pair per day. So basics here, like I said, Josh will go into a little more details. I'm going to kind of give you a Cliff Notes version of this. I don't have a lot of time to go into the more intricacies and the details about this, but let's go ahead, let's bring this down. And what I've done is I've come in here, and I've already highlighted. What we're looking for is in between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock a.m., we're looking for that directional movement. So I've already come in here. I'm going back over the last week or so. You can see right here, this is the candle. In fact, actually what we're looking for as part of the London Daybreak strategy. Yeah, Charles is asking what this is. This is called the London Daybreak trading strategy. And we're going to be looking for the close of the 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time candle. So we'll be looking for the market to close at that 3 a.m. candle and looking for that directional movement. So what I've done here is I've come in and highlighted in between 2 o'clock and 5 a.m. Here it is on the 15th. There's a 3 o'clock candle, and we end up having about 3 o'clock. We had about 114 pips of directional movement off of that one. Here's the next 3 a.m. candle, directional movement of about 97 pips. This one was a little bit smaller. This was about 43 pips. This one here is a little bit larger, 216 pips. This one here, 125 pips. Come over here, this directional movement between that time period was 182 pips. This one was a little bit smaller once again, 52 pips. This one here was a nice one of about 125 pips off of that directional movement here. So kind of get an idea of what, looking at this here, if everybody can see that directional movement. Some of you probably wondering, why does this happen? What we have found is that during the European session, the markets are processing the largest bulk of the Forex transactions. So what happens during this period, the banks are processing their orders. This also produces that huge injection of volume and that directional movement. So let's go in right now. We're going to go back to yesterday morning. Let's go ahead. We'll start off with the trade yesterday morning, beginning of the week, right here. Right there, bam. Here is our 3 o'clock a.m. candle for yesterday morning. Let's zoom in. And I'm actually going to walk you through. I'll go step by step on my way of doing this here. And like I said, Josh will fine-tune this a little bit for you in his videos, the way he does this as well. But there's our 3 o'clock a.m. candle, and we wait for the close of it. So essentially, yeah, somebody just asked, so we just start around 4 o'clock. Yeah, you'll be essentially starting this at 4 o'clock, but we'll be looking for the close of this 3 a.m. candle. Now, here's the beginning of this process. Once we have the close of that 3 a.m. candle, we're going to come in, and we're going to set 2 pending orders. We have 1 pending order that's going to go 10 pips above this high. So this will go right there. Now this is going to be an entry buy order. Now our entry buy is going to go 10 pips above the high of that candle here. So yeah, Thomas just asked, we're talking about the wick. Yeah, that wick right there is the high. We're going to set our entry buy 10 pips above the high. Now this entry buy is simply a pending order. I'm explaining what that means here in just a second. So we have 1 pending order going above that candle, and we're going to have another pending order going 5 pips below the low. So right about there, so 29. We set this at 24. This is going to be an entry sell. Now the entry sell is going to be minus 5 pips below the low. And both of these are pending orders. We're not actually in the market until one of them gets triggered here. Now the reason for that, if you remember, there are 3 major questions we need to answer. Number 1, where is the market going? This is going to help us answer question number 1. Number 2, where and why to get in. And then number 3, where and why to get out. So that's going to help us answer question number 1. It's going to help us to predict and have an educated opinion looking for that directional movement here. So let's see what happens here. We have our pending orders placed. Let's see what ends up happening. So 1 hour later, bam, our entry sell gets triggered. So that now answers question number 2. We're now in the market. We're now selling. So our entry sell just became a market sell position. We now have that educated opinion that we're looking for the market and that directional movement to go down. Now, once one of our pending orders gets triggered, the first order of business is to come in and cancel the opposite order. We're not looking to buy the market. We're looking for the market to go down. So we're selling the market. So we come in here and we're going to cancel that opposite order. Now, the next order of business is to come in here and to set our stop loss. We need to limit our risk on this trade. Now, it's a little bit different when we're selling the market. The stop loss, when we're selling the market, is going to go 5 pips above this high. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. I'll type this out. Stop loss when selling the market is going to be plus 5 pips above the high. Now, yeah, I saw a couple of you there. Oliver and Henry just already asked this question: why 10 pips above, 5 pips below? Why these discrepancies? Josh goes in a little more detail, I think, in his video explaining the differences here. So I'm not going to go into that here right now. But I'm going to go ahead. I'll kind of give you the Cliff Notes version. I'll let him go into more of the details about this here. So we have our entry. We have our stop loss set in case the market goes against us. Now, in this case right here, on this trade, when we got triggered, we were risking about 41 pips on this trade. Now, here's the thing. Our target, if you remember, we're looking to go after a minimum. Our target, which is our limit here, is going to be one of 2 things. It's either going to be, number 1, a minimum of plus 50 pips, because we believe the market's going to at least go 50 pips in one direction, or another trading strategy is a 1-to-1 risk ratio. So in this case here, on this trade, we're risking 42 pips. Doesn't hit our minimum, so we're going to be going after our minimum of 50 pips on this trade. So what we're going to do is we're coming here and we're going to set our target at 50 pips. So 1.6774. 1.6774. There's our target of 50 pips. So you can see here in that first hour after we got triggered into the market, it actually did come down and trigger here. So we're actually out of this trade already. We have been triggered in selling the market. We set our minimum of 50 pips, so congratulations on that trade right there. We just ended up capturing. Yesterday morning would have been a minimum of 50 pips here. Now, this is a very basic Cliff Notes version of this trading strategy. Watch what ends up happening here. The market then continues to keep going down. This is something that Josh will teach you. He'll show you how to go after these additional pips here. He teach you to show you how to move your stop loss up and move your limit up to chase after these pips, to chase after them as they're going down. But I'm going to teach you the basics here. He can go in and teach you a little bit more of the details here. So not too bad. First trade so far this week on the pound Canadian, we captured those 50 pips. So let's go ahead, let's move this, that's not anything about our charting platforms. We have an undo feature here. It's good. Let me go back. Nah. Okay, so there we go. So let me delete that. Yeah. There we go. Let's delete that, delete that. So there was trade number 1 for the week, yesterday morning. Let's quickly bring this now to the next trade that happened this morning. Oops, there we go. Oh, there's our 3 o'clock a.m. candle right there. And just make sure everybody can see that. 3 o'clock a.m. from this morning. Let's go ahead, let's bring this up and make this a little bit bigger. And we wait for the close of the 3 a.m. candle. We're going to do the exact same trading strategy of what I just showed you right there. So let's come back in here. And remember, we're going to set 2 pending orders. One pending order is going to go above the high. In this case here, that would be 10 pips above. So right there. I'll type this out. But once again, if you're not taking notes, you'll get a video from Josh. He'll go into a little more detail about this. So, entry buy is going to be plus 10 pips above the high. Pending order, 10 pips above the high. And then we come in here and we're set our entry sell 5 pips below the low. So 48, this will be at 43 right there. And I'll type that out for everybody once again. Entry sell, it's going to equal minus 5 pips below. Just like that here. So we have our 2 pending orders. Entry buys 10 pips above, entry sell 10 pips below. So let's see what's going to happen here. So 1 hour later, bam, we get triggered into our entry buy. So that entry buy just became a market buy. Meaning that we're triggered into the market buy. We now have that educated opinion. In fact, let me delete this one here. That we're looking for that directional movement. We believe the market's going, we believe the market's going to be going up, giving us that directional movement coming up just like that. So we have a market buy. We believe the market's going up. We're in the market buying. First order of business to come in here and cancel the opposite order. We're not looking to buy the market. We're looking to sell. Now, we have to come in here. We have to set our stop loss. Stop loss is going to be a little bit different when buying the market. I'll type that out. Stop loss when buying is going to go at the low of the 3 a.m. candle. So here is our 3 a.m. candle. We're set our stop loss right there. So we have our entry, our stop loss is set. Let's see how many pips we're risking on this trade. On this trade, we would be risking 65 pips. If you remember, let's pull this down just a little bit. Our target, which is going to be our limit, our automatic exit that we set in our broker's platform, is going to be either 1, a minimum of plus 50 pips, or 2, a 1-to-1 risk ratio. So we have 2 options here. We either set our target at 50 pips, or in this case, we were risking on this trade 66. So we can then set our limit at 66, which is right about there. So at 1.6781. So right about there. So we have our entry, stop loss. We were risking 66 pips, so we're going to go after 66 pips on this trade. So very simple trading strategy, looking for that directional movement. Let's see what ends up happening here. And 1 hour later, 2 hours later, the market does in fact go up, triggers that, and we have been successfully out of that trade here. Now somebody just asked here, I think it was Ricardo just asked, so he's basically saying, so we have to be up at 3 o'clock a.m. Yeah, well to get these type of results, Ricardo, you just made another 66 pips on that trade right there. If you were trading with a mini lot, you just made about $66 in about 2 hours on that right there. With a standard lot, at $10 per pip, that would have been about $660 in 2 hours. Now the neat thing about this is that once you get that direction, you can come in here and set this in your broker's platform, and you're welcome to go to sleep. But you can make that decision as to whether you want to go ahead and stay up or follow the trade or whatever. So let's go ahead, let's see what ends up happening here. Watch what ends up happening on this trade. It ends up going up and up and up, and in this case right here, we would get a directional movement of about 126 pips. So once again, in the video, you'll get a video from Josh. He'll go into a little more detail about this. He'll show you how to raise your limit up as the market's moving up, and also show you how to move your stop loss up, either break even or to lock in pips as you're going along there. But not too bad. Just right here on the pound Canadian dollar, first 2 trades of the week. Let me clean this all up. Just with the simple trading strategy I showed you. You don't have to know how to do candlestick formations. You don't have to know how to do Fibonacci's. You would have captured 50 pips on one trade, and you would have gotten 66 on the other. Now, of course, we'll teach you and show you how to go after more, but that's not too bad on the pound Canadian. Now, that was just on the pound Canadian. On the pound Australian dollar, here's our 3 o'clock a.m. candle. There was directional movement coming off of that of 128 pips yesterday morning. This morning, 3 o'clock a.m., directional movement of 138 pips. So you were going to at least your 50 plus more off of these. Here's your 3 a.m. candle right there. Monday morning, 78 pips of directional movements. Here's your 3 o'clock a.m. candle for this morning. That was 66 pips of directional movement. We end up having, there's our 3 a.m. candle right here. 50 pips of directional movement down. Yesterday morning, 3 o'clock a.m. this morning, 62 pips. Here's our 3 o'clock a.m. from yesterday morning on the pound US, 100 pips of directional movement. Here's our 3 o'clock a.m. from this morning. We had 157 pips of directional movement. And on the last one, the pound yen, here's our 3 o'clock a.m. candle. There was 68 pips of directional movement down yesterday morning. Here's our 3 o'clock a.m. from this morning. And we end up having 105 pips. So there was over 1,200 pips of directional movement off of these 6 currency pairs, just based on this little trading strategy I showed you here if you were to go after the full amount here. Now, going after the minimum, you have gotten your 50 pips off of each trade here, so that would have been 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, so it would have been a minimum 600 pips going after us. Now, somebody just asked here, can you trade this every day? That's the neat thing about this here. The neat thing about this is that if you were to trade this each and every day, if you're trading each and every day, that would be 5 opportunities each week. That would actually be 30 trade opportunities every week. Now, the neat thing about this, though, is that in the live video you get from Josh, let me pull that up here. Where is it? He'll even teach and show you how to there might be no trade days to avoid placing trades on days that maybe you might want to do this. And I'll come back and I'll talk about that here in just a second here, but basically there's 30 trade opportunities each and every day or each and every week using this trading strategy. And you'll get that video from Josh, the creator of the London Daybreak trading strategy, as part of the trial. Actually, he'll go into a little more detail about all this as part of this here. Now, a little bit more about this trial. You're going to get everything I showed you here today, the charting software, the instructional videos. You'll get the video from Josh here. You'll get a couple workspaces from Josh as well. So as part of the charting software, for those of you that are looking to take advantage of this charting software, we have something very special here for Investor Inspiration. Like I said, you'll get to try all this out for less than the cost of a pack of gum. Stick with me here for just one more moment. But as part of the charting software, you'll get that auto Fibonacci tool. You'll get the trendline tool, King's Crown, candlestick tools. It'll teach you how to use the email and text alerts, show you how to trade directly from the charts. It'll show you how to use those cloud-based workspaces. I'll show you how to do demo trading from the charts. I'll actually show you how to open up a live account or a demo account here in just a second. And there is auto trading capabilities. I believe Josh and his training videos go into those as well. So the neat thing about this for Investor Inspiration, we're going to let you take all this for a 14-day test drive. Try out the charting software, go through those instructional videos on the London Daybreak trading strategy on the charting platform, take all this test drive for 14 days. And we even have a special as far as that on that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out a link right now. For those of you interested in this here, let me go ahead here. I'm sending out a link to everybody. It's going to allow you to take advantage of this. If you saw my colleague earlier here today, Joe Cavallaro, normally you'd have to become a student of Market Traders Institute, go through the Ultimate Traders package that he showed you earlier here today to get access to the charts. You'd have to be a student of Market Traders Institute, and on a month-to-month basis, our students are paying $249 a month on a month-to-month basis as part of the subscription here. However, for Investor Inspiration here today, here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to let you take this for a test drive for 14 days. You'll be able to download the charting software here today. You'll get you'll get a couple of free bonuses, a couple of templates and workspaces from Josh, and you're going to get training videos on that London Daybreak trading strategy, on how to use the charts, on how to use those Fibonacci's. It's only going to cost you $1 to take this for a 14-day test drive. You don't have to be a student. All you have to do is simply click on that link I just sent out to everybody in the chat box. It's this link right here, this bit.ly link. If you did not get it in the chat box, let me know. I'll send it back out to you. Or simply type this bit.ly link into your browser, and it's going to pull up a page where you can register for this 14-day trial. Now, on top of it, not only do you get all this, everything I showed you here today, take it for a 14-day trial for $1. If you choose to go beyond those 14 days, you're not going to be paying the $249 that our students pay. We'll actually lock you in for $59 a month. So if you like the charting software, you won't be paying the $249. You don't have to be a student. We'll lock you in at $59 per month on a month-to-month basis. There is no long-term commitments. It's simply as part of this. You can cancel at any time on a month-to-month basis. And we'll get a couple free bonuses here today. So let me walk you through the process right now. It's a couple of you. Let me send that link out one more time. Let me send that link out to everybody here. If you're having trouble with the link, let me know. I'll try to send it privately, but that's the first step. The first step is to click on this link. I'm about to send out to everybody in the chat box right now and register for the Ultimate Charting 14-day trial. It's only going to cost you $1. Like I said, for the cost of a pack of gum, you get everything I showed you. Download the charting. You'll get the tutorial videos I'm about to show you here in just a second. So you click on the link, and this is step number one. So let me pull that up. Let me show you here. Step number one, when you go to that link, it's going to show you here. Activate your 14-day trial for $1. You click in right here. Enter your payment information and activate your trial now. Now what's going to happen is that you're probably going to receive 2 emails. You'll probably get one email letting you know that you are in fact registered for this, and I do believe you'll get a subsequent email giving you your login information. It's going to allow you to log into the back-end portal to be able to access the training videos and to download the charting here. So that's step number one. And everything on this page here, you'll get our disclaimer, risk disclaimer, the cancellation policy. I'll show you here in just a second how easy it is to cancel. Step number one, you click on that link. I just sent that back out to the chart in the chat box. If you're having trouble with the link, let me know. I'll send it back out to you privately. So you'll get that, and then you'll get access to the training videos, the charting, and the London Daybreak here. So let's go back into here. Let me explain to you what that means. When you get your login information, you'll get login information for this back-end portal. In this back-end portal, you're going to get some videos from Joshua Martinez. He's going to show you how to get quickly up to speed utilizing the charting platform. We'll quickly show you how to set up a demo account, show you how to get in and out of the market. We'll give you those 3 workspaces. I think one of those workspaces is the London Daybreak trading strategy. You actually get a workspace that actually just import those 6 charts. We'll go into detail, teach you and show you how to use the Fibonacci's. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it. You'll get a training video showing you how to use the Fibonacci's. You'll also get some of the settings. We'll teach you how to use some of the settings as part of the charting software, utilizing some of the toolbars. We'll show you how to create custom indicators and save custom templates for your charting software. We'll show you how to use that auto Fibonacci tool. There's a tutorial on how to use that as well. We'll come in here and teach you and show you how to link your broker's account to the charting platform. Now, for those of you that sign up with a demo account, I'll show you in here just a second how to set up a demo account to trade with practice money here. We'll teach you and show you how to set that demo account up and link it right to the charts. You'll be able to place trades right from the charts here. I'll show you how to back up all your information and save all your work to the cloud and to your computer. I'll teach you and show you how to use the systems and your auto trading systems. And we'll teach you and show you how to set up the auto trading and downloading your workspaces, setting up the toolbars just like that here. You will also get the video tutorial from Josh Martinez, the creator of the London Daybreak. He'll go into more details, teaching and showing you his way of doing that London Daybreak trading strategy. He'll go into some more of the intricacies and teach you some more details about that here. Now, on top of all this, as part of this trial, each and every Friday, you will get access to a live webinar on Friday at 10:30 a.m. Either myself or one of my colleagues, we will be in a live webinar for about an hour answering your questions about the charting software here. So the neat thing about this is that you can actually access the charting platform here today, download it, play around with it, go through the tutorial videos. I suggest you take notes as you're going through, because on Friday you'll be able to ask a live instructor some questions that you might have about the charting software. That's going to be each and every Friday from 10:30 a.m. to about 11:30 a.m. So Those are the first steps. Step number one is click on that link. Yeah, a couple of you asked me to send that link out again. I'm going to send that link out one more time into the chat box. You click on the link and register for the trial here. Once again, it's only going to be $1 for the 14 days. I suggest just focusing on those 14 days. See if you like this charting platform. Take it for a test drive. Go through the tutorial videos. It's only going to cost you $1 to get access to all this here today. If you choose to go beyond those 14 days, get locked in with our charting special as part of Investor Inspiration. You don't have to be a student. If somebody just asked you to be a student of MTI, no. It's all part of Investor Inspiration here today. You'll get the $1 trial, and if you choose to go beyond that, you'll get locked in for the $59 per month. Now, we can also teach you, I'll show you right now how to set up a demo trading account or a live trading account. You can go to fxcm.com. That's my broker I'm using right now. Forex.com, Oanda. I'm not recommending any of these brokers, but if you simply want to go ahead to fxcm.com, here's their webpage, fxcm.com. You come up here to the top of the page, click on Practice Account. It doesn't cost you anything to set up a free demo account. And we'll teach you in those tutorial videos how to link this demo account right to the charting platform. So you actually play around with this, actually in real time. This is actual real time utilizing a practice demo account so you get up to speed. Then you can actually invest into your trading account. So that's the next step. And open up a demo account and you can actually start practicing trading. As soon as you download the charting, as soon as you get your demo account set up. The market's open 24 hours a day. At the end of this webinar, you can literally start trading here. So take that charting platform for a 14-day trial over the next 14 days. Decide if this is for you. If you have any questions, you can attend the live trading class coming up on Fridays. Our commitment is that we believe you'll find the value in this charting software, in these video lessons and everything I'm about to give you here today. But at any point during those 14 days, if you just decide you don't want to move any further with this beyond the 14 days, just simply give us a phone call or send us an email letting us know that you simply just want to take it for the trial. Now, you can also cancel your charting subscription right here from that back-end portal. So at any time during those 14 days, simply cancel. It's going to cost you $1 to go through the program here. And once again, this is our 800 number, and this is our customer service number if you have any questions beyond all this right here. So let's go ahead in here, and we'll go ahead one more time and walk you through the process here. Once again, click on the link. It takes you to this page right here. You'll be able to activate the 14-day trial for $1. So everything I'm showing you here today, my friends, yes, it only costs you $1 to take it for the 14-day trial. If you choose to go beyond the 14-day trial, we'll lock you in for the $59 a month. You don't have to pay the $249 for that here. So you'll get those video training lessons. Those are included as part of this. You'll download the charting software. You'll be able to take it for a test drive for 14 days. Go ahead, set up your live or your demo account, and you're up and going. At the end of this webinar, once you download the charting, you set up your trading account, you can literally start practicing that the London Daybreak trading strategy tonight, or actually tomorrow morning when it's actually going here. So take it for a 14-day trial. Attend the live session if you have any questions here. I'm about to wrap this up right now. If anybody has any questions here, I'm going to stick around here for about another 30 seconds. I've gone over my time. A couple of you asked, if you're having trouble with that link, go ahead and message me. I'll send it to you privately. I'm going to go ahead and send that out here. I send that out right there. There's a link one more time. And I'm actually going to offer one more thing to everybody here. I'm sending that link out for the charting software. For those of you, if you would like to follow me on social media, I'm going to go and pull this up right here. I actually have my own Facebook page. I do more of my analysis on Instagram. What you'll find is I will send out analysis. I'll send out my own analysis as trades pop up, just kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking at in the market. If you want to follow me, I'll send that link out to everybody here in the webinar right now. So if you have any questions, I will post the link to my Instagram page, or you simply follow me on my Facebook page here, just like that. So if you click on that link, you'll be able to follow me on Facebook, and as I send out this analysis here, and I'll alert you to other webinars that I might be doing if you'd like to follow me as well. So on that note, my friends, I've gone over my time. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stick around here for about another 30 seconds. I want to thank Investor Inspiration for allowing us to come here and talk about this here. A couple of you asked some questions here. Yeah, Mace was just asking, so we don't have to be a student. No, this is exclusive of the Ultimate Traders package that my colleague Joe Cavallaro had showed you earlier. You don't have to sign up to be a student to get access to this. So we're actually offering this outside of that. You'll get access to the charting software. get access to those training videos I showed you here. It's only going to cost you $1. You have to spend thousands of dollars to go through our full formal education. I do highly recommend that. Everything I learned from the Forex, I've learned through the education. But for those of you that simply want to get started here today, you have everything. You'll have everything in your hands here today. You have charting. You have some instruction videos. You have that trading strategy. You set up a demo account. It's going to cost you $1 here today to get access to all of that here today. So I'm going to go ahead and do. Send that link out one last time. I want to wish everybody the best in your trading. Those of you that are following me on Facebook, go ahead and you can click on the link. You'll be able to follow me on Facebook. Later on, I'll send you the link to follow me on Instagram. So on that note, thank you, everybody. I wish you the best in your trading career. And once again, thank you for joining us here today.